Welcome back. We are joined tonight by Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, a Democrat from New York representing parts of the boroughs of Brooklyn and Queens. And notably, he sits on the Judiciary and Budget committees, which puts you kind of at the crux of a lot of big issues. Congressman, first of all, thank you for coming in. From your perch on the Judiciary Committee, and just because we're all following all of this, your reaction to the developments just today in the stories about the Russia investigation?
Well, there's a cloud of corruption that's hanging over 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, and the more that we learn, the worse that it gets for the Trump administration. It appears to me and to many of my colleagues that something very wrong has happened. There was clearly Russian interference with the election, and there was close cooperation, it appears, between members of the Trump campaign and Russian spies. There's no other way to explain why there were significant conversations, many of which were not disclosed and had to be discovered. And we'll see what comes of both the special prosecutor's investigation and ultimately the testimony that it appears that we're going to see next week from James Comey.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask you, what do you want to hear, even though you won't be part of the questioning, from James Comey?
Well, I think the most important thing that we can learn from his testimony is what exactly took place in the conversations between Donald Trump and the former FBI director. Did Donald Trump ask James Comey for his loyalty? Did Donald Trump ask James Comey to walk back the investigation into his former national security advisor, Michael Flynn? Did Donald Trump ask James Comey to essentially say he's not under investigation publicly and to whitewash what was taking place in terms of the criminal investigation into the Trump campaign? These are things that Comey can speak directly to, and that's going to be important for the American people to hear.
While we have you, tomorrow at 3 p.m., we're going to learn the president's decision, as you just heard us discussing on the Paris Environmental Accord. Your congressional district is a fascinating place. It's like a model UN. People from all over the world. What do you say for your constituents in New York, let's say? How will what happens in the Rose Garden tomorrow affect all the people in your congressional district in a real way?
Well, this is a district that was impacted adversely by Superstorm Sandy, which was a shocking storm that occurred in October of 2012. And clearly, for the overwhelming majority of my constituents, is a result of the climate change, the global warming, the sea rise that we've seen across the world in recent times, in part because of man-made activity. And the Paris agreements were an attempt by the civilized world to come together and do something about it. It appears tomorrow, if Donald Trump is in fact going to pull out of the agreement, that he's willing to side with Steve Bannon as opposed to the civilized world and join the limited company of Syria and Nicaragua. That would be unfortunate. We should put clean air and clean water ahead of a campaign promise that Donald Trump recklessly made.
For the people who are so hungry for cooperation and bipartisanship, I want to end on a positive note. You are going in with Trey Gowdy of Benghazi hearing fame on the other side of the aisle on a bill about criminal justice. And we always hear from folks, viewers, people in political polls, why can't they work together more often on problems that affect all of us regardless of party label?
Well, you hear a lot about confusion and conflict in Washington, D.C., but there is a lot of cooperation that does take place. And this is an example. Trey Gowdy and I are introducing legislation that we hope to advance before the Judiciary Committee to deal with the mass incarceration phenomenon that we've got in America. You know, we incarcerate more people in this country than any other country in the world. And it's largely been a result of the failed war on drugs that was first initiated back in the 70s and hasn't yielded any public safety results. Our bill would hopefully increase the age by which people can pursue expungement from minor drug offenses from 21, where it's currently at, to 25. We've got a significant number of Democrats, Republicans, progressives, and conservatives who are on the legislation. Hopefully it will serve as an example of the type of cooperation that can emerge from Washington, even in the midst of these difficult times.
Will you keep us apprised on its progress? And we'll have you and Trey Gowdy together on the broadcast. We'll make history.
Look forward to it.
Thank you very much, Congressman. We appreciate you stopping by tonight.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.